more thing before we go. Did you call me a smart ass earlier, Agus?
You heard right.
Well, your day's about to get worse, I'm afraid, Agus, because my friend Evie here has been itching to put some justice to people who are being horrible to me. And I don't like being bullied. I don't like being bullied,
Listen,
Agus.
and I hate my brother being bullied, so just take it, yeah? It'll make your day a lot easier if you do. Don't fight back or I'll fucking drown you.
Easy. Someone check these.
I'll get him back on his feet.
Since the canoe trip, I hadn't seen Freddy for a couple of days. During that time, I missed him. Also during that time, he telegrammed me with some concerns about what was to happen in the future. So, we agreed to talk.
Hello.
You alright?
Well, I managed to avoid 2 packs of walls, so yeah, pretty good.
How did you manage that?
Oh, I'm really fast.
What on that, old nag?
That's so mean. Don't say that about Dorothy. She's never done you anything harm.
I'm sorry, Dorothy. Can I hug you?
Yeah, you can.
I missed you.
Yeah, I missed you too. Which is weird because I still feel like we hardly know each other, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I rode past your home yesterday and I couldn't think of anything else.
Yeah. Right, I've got a place to go to.
Sure, am I jumping on your horse?
Yeah, I don't think Dorothy can manage much more, can she?
I think it's best to give her a rest.
All right. I don't know if you're thinking of replacing Dorothy at any point, but one day you should go to the stables and pick out any horse you want and I'll get it for you.
That's very kind of you, George.
Anyone you want, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll hold you to it. You look nice in red.
Thank you. I put it
Not that
on.
you-
I put it on for today. I bought it
Oh.
new.
Well, I like it.
That's very kind of you. I said this in the telegram, so I'd maybe just start with this. I want this to work. That's my starting point. That's just so you know.
Yeah, I'd like this to work too.
That's good.
I understand that the breakers come first. I get it. But I don't know, the way it sounded was almost an echo of what Whisper had said to me before, and I guess I was readying myself for a repeat of that conversation, but with you.
So what was that conversation?
Well, he basically said that Van Horn came first, and that if we became something, that he would end up destroying me. And so it was best that we didn't acknowledge each other if we met outside of Van Horn.
And did you ever see him outside of Van Horn?
Yeah, we were trying to stay apart because of the newspaper. We were hoping that, people wouldn't suspect anything, and so I'd be able to get my job back. But as I'm not allowed to get my job back, they've said I can go back to Van Horn if I like.
And do you want to go back to Van Horn?
I don't know. I don't think so. We went on a ride yesterday. Me, Whisper, and Fen. And I think I've realised that he's not good for me.
How long have you known him?
I met him my first day in the crossing. 2 months.
And what's going to stop in 2 months' time when you realise I'm like that?
Are you?
I've killed 11 people in my life.
It's only 10 more than me.
Got some catching up to do then. So what made you realise then? Yesterday, was it?
I spoke to Fen. She was helpful. I think that Whisper does care, but I think he also has loyalties to Van Horn that are far greater than anything else. And I don't think I would ever sway him any different.
Do you want to sway him different, Freddy?
No, I don't think so. I don't want to change him.
I feel like I might be some sort of sloppy second.
I don't think that's fair to say.
Why?
Why would I come out here at all if I didn't care about you?
Because Whisper turned you away.
Right. And that's who you think I am.
No, I don't think that. I'm asking you to clarify for me.
You're not that. I didn't expect this to happen, and so soon. I didn't even know if you liked me. In fact, I was pretty sure you hated me.
Why did you think that?
Well, could have been something to do with the threatening behaviour and the fact you're very tall and menacing when you need to be. And I don't know, I just thought you didn't like me at all.
Well, that's not true. It's very much the opposite of that.
Yeah, I know that now. I don't want you to feel like you're second to him. You're not. It's just, I guess, the timing's unfortunate.
So what happens? And I'm sorry, this is a hard question. What happens if you get a telegram out of the blue in a week's time, and he changed his mind? What then?
Well, I hope to tell him that he's too late.
Very well.
You don't have anything to worry about, George.
After you left the slums that day, and we were poking fun at Evie, Charcoal said to both of us, but mainly to him, mainly to Evie, because he thinks that Evie is, I don't know, soft for you, that there will be no relationships with people and that's what I need to work on, and that's what I need time for. And I have hope for that, pretty, because I know the cat thing ended bad, but as I have mentioned, Evie is a psychopath. I'm a horrible cunt, but I wouldn't do something like that.
And what if they say no?
As I said to you, I want to make this work, so it can work, and it will. And if anyone can talk to Charco about this, it's me. I'm his right hand man. He knows me. He knows what I'm like. He knows everything about me. So, but as I said, that will take a little bit of time, and that's what I'm asking you for. What I can do, and I don't know if this is, I don't know, not good enough for you, I don't know, but every moment I can step away, or when I'm not working, I want to be with you. I'm meant to be working right now. But I haven't reported in, and they're probably expecting me. So this is how important this is. Sitting here with you is to me, and I want you to know that.
Yeah, no, I do. I don't. I'm worried it's going to get you in trouble. I don't want to cause you any problems.
I've been in trouble before. Not anything to do with like relationships or anything, but I told you about the punishment, yeah, and how things operate and how charcoal operates.
Yeah. And what was that for?
Being a cunt. Questioning. Talking out of turn. Acting against instructions.
And isn't that what we're doing now?
That's exactly what we're doing now. And yeah, if they came riding over that hill in front of us and saw us, yes, I would be up for punishment. This scar, this is the worst type of punishment. It's usually you just get a beat down. But the point I'm trying to make is that it would be worth that for today and in the future. But it won't always be like that if you give me the time to work on this properly. And yeah, there might be times, I ain't gonna lie to you, there might be times when we're on business and we see you, and I'll just have to sit quietly, probably, while Charcoal talks to you.
Yeah, I can do that. I can live with that.
It's just temporarily. Is that a word?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay. Sorry, Cambridge. But yeah, it's so you'll give me that time, yeah. That's all I'm asking you for.
As long as you need.
Now, I don't believe this to be true, Freddie, but based on what we've said here today, but how can I know if I tell you things that this isn't all some plan just to get your next book published? All of this, you and I don't think it is, but I need to hear it from you that you're not sitting here on this dock with me because you want to publish your next book or something. Yeah? Tell me.
I think the trust you have to have in me is the same trust I have in you not to shoot me in the leg. That despite everything, I care about you and I want what's best for you. And if you don't want me to put anything in a book, I won't put anything in a book. I like stories. I like to hear stories. I like to listen to people tell me about themselves. It's not malicious. And sure, I'm writing a book on the breakers, but you don't have to be in it. None of this has to be in it.
If any of the stuff that I told you or may tell you in the future goes in the book, I am dead, because another request from Charcoal, direct request, is not to talk to you about anything. Because I know you were asking about Atticus as well, and I have a direct order not to talk to you about business things and what we've done and what we're going to do. So where do I stand on this? Because I need to be honest with you. If this is the future, me and you, and I want it to be.
I want you to be able to trust me. And I'll do anything to make that happen.
I need you to promise me you ain't gonna fuck me over, because we'll both be dead.
I promise. I truly promise.
Very well. I'm gonna trust you with something. We killed Atticus.
Why?
It was an accident. It wasn't meant to happen. I felt so bad. I've never, out of the 11 people, I've never felt guilty or sad. But looking at him die in front of my eyes haunts me. It's one of the worst things that have ever happened to me. And it was on my watch. I was in charge. Charcoal was in... No, he wasn't in Siska. He was away. He'd gone over to Guama. And I told you, didn't I? When he's out, I'm in charge of the breakers. Hey. I'm sorry. I am truly sorry.
I don't understand. What could he have possibly done?
Do you want me to tell you? It doesn't... it doesn't paint me in a good picture. I just need to warn you on that.
Yeah, what to know?
We picked him up from Rhodes, just like any other interview, just like how we did with you. There was 5 of us. So what happens when there's more than 2 of us is 2 go in and the rest of the people wait at an arranged location for them to bring someone back. So Kat and Bryn went in to Rhodes. We stayed near the lake. If you want me to, I can show you where it happened. We waited at the lake. They came through the trees on their horses, and Atticus was on the back of Bryn's horse. It was a standard interview, so similar to what you saw. We find out, first of all, we look to see what valuable items people have on them. We ask them about themselves, who they know, what they do. We don't just go straight in, we at least talk to them, find out about them. And what we're doing is we're finding out if they can be valuable to us. And I identified that Atticus would be valuable to us. Now we assign 2 people, if there's a group of us, to do the talking and no one else talks. That was me and that was Bryn doing the talking. At some point I asked Atticus a question and he called me a smart arse. Now, according to the way we work, if anyone backchats in an interview, they get a beating. However, I didn't acknowledge it there and then, and we carried on the conversation. And what I found out was that Atticus was so depressed and miserable and like he had nothing. And he told us that. He said his friend was dead. People that he loved was dead. And I felt so sorry for him. He just seemed like a man at the end of his tether. Anyway, we got the job done by asking him, well, he's a journalist, as you know. And he said what we agreed to him was that he would send us articles what were going to be published or articles that weren't going to be published but were still of information, and he agreed to do that for a couple of weeks for us. That was it. Evie was pacing around, and I know Evie, I know what he's like, and I gave Evie the opportunity to give him the beating for calling me a smart ass. And I said to Atticus, and I regret this, I said, I don't like being bullied, Atticus. I don't like people being mean to me. And my friend here, he's going to administer some punishment on my behalf. Are you sure you want to know the rest? Evie hit him so hard, right in the face, just punched him, knocked him right back. He made this cry like he was surprised, and Evie just kept punching and punching and strangling him, and Atticus was on his back by the waterside, and Evie just kept hitting him over and over again. And I told him to get off, but it was too late. It was too late. Kat went and had a look at Atticus, checked that he was alright, and he wasn't. He was He was dead. Just right there in front of us. I sentenced a man to death because he called me a smart ass. I feel pathetic. Evie just wanted to leave him on the beach. Just go away, and I said no. We take him to the medical office. So I picked him up off the floor, put him over my shoulder, and I carried him to Cat's horse. And although Cat had said he was dead, I just needed to check again. I looked into his eyes. I put my fingers on his neck to see if he had a pulse, but he was gone, Freddy. And all I could see was his dead face just staring at me, accusing me. So Cat took him into Rhodes. Bryn went and sent a telegram to the medical thing. And we went. And we just carried on working the rest of the day, like nothing had happened. And this isn't about me, but this is just to describe the guilt I felt. So I haven't had a drink for 4 years, because I used to drink a lot, and I couldn't deal with it. So I had my first drink in 4 years that day because of the guilt. It's the only one where it's eating me up, because he didn't deserve it. Every other person I killed deserved it in some way or another, and he didn't. And I know I wasn't the one that actually did it, but as I said, I was in charge. I ordered that to happen, and I hate myself for that.
When we found out Atticus had died, we knew about his friend Imogen had been killed maybe a week before, and the last thing he gave to the newspaper was a message about her memorial, and he didn't even make it. He didn't get to say goodbye to her because he was gone as well. She was murdered too. That could have been me, George.
Yeah, I know. I've thought about that. When we looked at Atticus closely, when Cat was checking him, he had all these bruises, and he had this scar that looked like it was days old. it's I don't know what had happened to him, but I sort of the only thing is I don't know. No, I'm not going to say that because it makes me sound like I'm making excuses. We murdered him. That's it. But yeah, it could have been you. Don't think I've not thought about that. I would never do that to you.
Yeah, I know. Not now.
You look so beautiful in the moonlight.
You can't be sweet like that after telling me such a horrific story, George. That's not fair.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. I wish we could stay here forever.
Can you put me down as your next of kin in your medical record, please?
Only if you put me down as yours.
Agreed.
Yeah, I can do that.
My surname is Jackson, by the way.
I know. I know your surname.
Okay.
I nearly referred to you as Mr. Jackson in that first telegram I sent you, but I thought you might hate me for it.
No one's ever called me that before.
Oh, how does it make you feel?
Like I'm well posh in it. Feel like a posh twat now.
Well, you hang out with one long enough, you might become one.
Yeah.
Don't become one. I like you just as you are.
Alright. Can you do an impression of me?
Why do you ask these things of me when you know it's going to be embarrassing?
Like, I know I got you to say something, but you said it in your posh voice. I want you to say it like me.
I don't know if I can sound like you.
Alright. Don't worry.
No, hold on. Say something and let me try.
I don't know what to say now. What about put your hands up?
This is going to be awful. If you... No, never mind. Put your hands up. Shut up.
That was pretty good, actually. Oi.
Maybe if I hang around you long enough, I'll lose this accent.
I don't think you should.
No.
I like the way that you say my name.
I like the way you say mine.
You do this thing where sometimes you're just talking normally, but you'll just add my name in there just as part of it, and it makes my arm go funny. Like all the hairs on my arm goes up.
Well, that's perfect ammunition for the future, then, isn't it, George?
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, it feels like I'll melt a bit when you say that. Sorry, I'm just trying to be more. I'm just trying to talk about feelings more. I feel very comfortable talking to you, so that's why I say things like that. I'm not embarrassed. I don't know what the word is. Awkward saying it, but I feel like I can talk to you.
Well, I'm very pleased that you feel like that. And I'm very honoured that you will talk about your feelings to me.
I've got something for you. I'll be back in a sec. I've got these for you.
Thank you, George.
I forgot I had
That's-
them.
That's really kind of you. Full of surprises.
Do you want me to put them in the saddlebag so you're not just carrying them around?
Mm. Yeah, maybe you should look after them for now. But I want them back, don't forget.
All right.
I'll
go and put 'em
remember.
back. I need to make my way back soon. I need to sleep.
Yeah, sure. We can go now. If you need.
Yeah, come on then. I'm sorry some of the conversation was difficult today, but I'm glad we had it.
Yeah, me too.
Come on in, let's go. What are you doing? Where do you want to go?
Anywhere. I have no plans tonight. There's a fight on later, but not for a while yet.
All right. I might stay in the camp just south of Rhodes. There's a tent there. When you're done, if you wanted to, you could join me if you want.
Yeah, I will.
All right. If we go to Rhodes now, I'll show you.
Sure, okay.
Let's go. So tomorrow is going to be a busy day for me, but I will come and see you, all right?
Sure,
It might only be
Yeah.
for a little while, but I will come.
okay.
unless you're busy, of course.
I'm never too busy to meet you.
Now this might be a bit of a down step from Cambridge, Freddie, but this is where I should be staying tonight.
Well, it definitely could be worse.
Yeah. Could it?
Why here?
I don't know. I don't know. Oh, hold on a second. Let me just go and speak to the people at the fucking mansion then, and we'll get that sorted for tonight, shall we?
I'll ask. Worst they can do is say no.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe next time.
You don't have to come back here later if you don't, but if you don't want
I will.
to.
No, I will.
All right. I've really enjoyed spending time with you.
Yeah, me too. It didn't feel like any time had passed, and yet I feel like a lot of time has passed.
Yeah.
Sleep well.
I will. Be safe, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to steal your horse, though.
Yeah, of course you can. I insist that you do.
I'll be back later. I promise.
Okay. All right. See you later, yeah?
Yeah.